Hello and welcome to the Athabasca University Mobile App Selection Tool. This tool allows students to view, select, and request apps that are currently available in our library. The entire selection tool has been built using the WordPress content management system and using the WooCommerce plugin. What this means is that the entire website has been put together using open source components that are available free of charge. From a functionality perspective, this tool has many useful features that make it easy for students to interact and select apps of interest. So what you see here is the home page, and we have a section here called Our Popular Apps. Students can use what we've got on the home page to quickly jump in and select apps that may be of interest to them. They can use the Quick Finder, which is this little rectangular box here that says, I would like an app that helps me with. And if they click on the blank or tap on the blank, then what they have access to are all the learning skills for which we have an app for. So if a student would like assistance with auditory processing, for example, there are specific apps that we have that are categorized for auditory processing, and so forth. So that's one way to jump in. Another way is to browse the popular apps that we have here. In this case, we have 12 popular apps, and the popular apps are determined by the ratings that students give. So as you can see, some of these apps have 5-star ratings, or they are determined by the number of downloads and requests that that individual app has received. In this case, you'll see that Flashcards Deluxe shows up first, and Flashcards Deluxe happens to be one of the most popular and most highly requested apps in our library. We do have a blog on the site, and the blog headlines are posted here on this right sidebar. And in many cases, we provide very useful information on various apps that may be of interest. In other cases, we've asked students to provide their own recommendations. So they've been on the site, they've been using the apps that we've deployed for them, and as a result, they now have a good idea of how the app works. And they're going to just write a review so that other students can understand how that app can be used from a student perspective. So there are many ways that students can use the apps page. They can use it by browsing through all the apps individually. So as you can see, I'm scrolling through, and we have 3 pages of apps with at least 12 apps on each page, and students can browse through them individually. Alternatively, students can browse by refining their search through category or learning skill using the right sidebar. So as you can see here, we have categories by type. So we have annotation and note-taking type apps, conferencing type apps, math type apps, reading type apps, reference tool apps, and study aids. Or they can go through the learning skills and click on those, and specific apps that support those learning skills will be filtered so that those are the only apps that appear on the page. When a student wants to learn about an app of interest, they simply click or tap on the icon to access the app description. Let's take a look here and let's check out Drag and Dictate. If I want to learn more about it, I can click on the View button. And from here, they can browse through the screenshots, read what the app can do for them, review all of the learning skills it assists them with, and check out any ratings or reviews that have been left by other students. So as you can see here, these are a couple of screenshots from Drag and Dictate, and they can decide on whether this app is intuitive for them and user-friendly for them based on what's presented here. The description is presented, just a brief description to describe what the app does, the learning skills, and in this case there haven't been any reviews, but if there were, they'd be accessible here. If a student likes a particular app, and in this case we'll say yes, Drag and Dictate is an app that I'm looking for because it helps me with note-taking, what they can do is they can add it to their shopping cart. And when they do, they'll get a little confirmation that says that this particular app, in this case Drag and Dictate, has been added to your cart, and we can continue looking for more apps. So you can add as many apps as possible to your shopping cart, and the shopping cart will hold your requests until it's time to submit them. So in this case, we'll add bookshelf as well. When students are happy with their selections, what they can do is they can click or tap on the cart link at the top, and this will initiate the checkout process, at which point their selections will be sent to the assistive technologist for review and deployment. So to check out, I'm just going to click on the Proceed to Checkout button. It asks me to confirm some information, just to verify that these are the apps that I've requested, and it gives you an opportunity to add a few notes for the assistive technologist, just in case. So for example, I would like the apps ASAP because I need it for a test or I need it for scribing something. When I'm confident that my request is complete, what I will do is I'll tap or click on the Place Order button, and this sends the entire shopping cart content, in this case Dragon Dictate and Bookshelf, to the assistive technologist who will process the request. If students need help, either with a specific app or if they need help navigating the mobile app selection tool, there are many ways in which they can find that help. And the first tool, the first resource, is the FAQ section. And Carrie, our assistive technologist, has put together many of the tutorials with live video demonstrations and transcripts on how to do many of the essential basic features, from setting up your iTunes account to turning on the accessibility features on your iPad. So she's put together many videos to assist students with getting their iPad device up and running. They can also read our blog, or they can seek assistance if they're really stuck by tapping on the Help button and completing the form, calling us, or sending another email.
This is the Systems Manager Apple Volume Purchase Program Management area. This is the library of all the apps that we've purchased through Apple or through Google Play. Currently in this library we have 49 apps. Here is also where we configure the users in our network, the users' iTunes accounts that we will be sending apps to. There are two ways we can give app licenses to people. One is through the management of their iTunes accounts, or sending it directly to the device. And the device assignment is a new feature of the latest Meraki that came out this year compared to the versions we've been using previously in the iPad research. The way that we give a license to a user is first to have them associated with our network, then to make sure that we have the app in our VPP library. Then we have to go to the Systems Manager App section under MDM and make sure that the app is in our list of apps here, because these are the actual licenses that are granted. So if we go into the Adobe Connect app, we'll see that this app is installed on devices, and I've asked it to be installed on all devices. I've also checked off the Use VPP Device Assignment checkbox. And so it tells us how many of our devices, 13 of them, will get a copy of this app as soon as we save the changes. The exciting part about Meraki is that for those devices that are in my network, that are enrolled in my network, ones that I loan to students, or that students have accepted the Meraki invitation to allow me to monitor and manage apps to their device, it just magically appears on their home screen. For those users who just give me their iTunes account, they have to go into their iTunes App Store, purchased items, and they will then see the app and can download it themselves for free there.